What up, YouTube? Real Babes and I are in the adventure wagon and we are heading out to the hunting cabin because it's almost hunting season and we've got some prep to do. We also have a really cool little toy I think y'all are gonna dig.
Oh my gosh, look, there's guineas. Oh, I can't see them.
There's one right in front, I can hear them.
There's three right there.
Population. That's you, gate chick.
Alright.
Our cabin is smack dab in the middle of Hellhole Swamp. And the skeeters are so bad out here, I just rolled up the windows to keep them out of the van. Yeah, they're bad.
So bad today. And this can's broken.
I know, it's like squirting, not spraying. We're gonna check out some of the latest bush hogging work and we'll give you all a little tour. This was Real Babe's horse pasture. But I think we're gonna put poly tape up and maybe run a cow in there. This is one of our shooting lanes. And I'm actually gonna throw this stuff out. I got it for the tortoises, but it's got the little hydration balls in it. So we're gonna dump it out here. Real Babes just found some chanterelles. And,
I don't know what this one is.
oh yeah. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look edible though. That's looking back up towards the cabin. There's one of our little single ladder stands. The pine logs bucked. We use as a backstop when shooting sometimes. Yeah. Dead ends that way. Looks like homeboy got a little confused when he was bush hogging. Here we go. That is looking down the shooting lane. And y'all can see the top of our tree stand there, or box blind, whatever you want to call it. There she blows.
I didn't realize these other lanes were back here.
Yeah, you want to have them clear all this stuff up too?
I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Let's do it.
Alright.
What is it? A lizard?
Yeah, it's like a tiny little lizard. It could have been like a gecko.
We need to get up there and clean that out, but we don't want to run out of daylight, so I'm going to dump this and we're going to go play with some toys. You want to walk back or cut through the woods?
I want to walk back. I don't want to go.
Oh yeah.
And then 2 nights at Eddystone.
With the flooding?
Hunting beach
Turn the fan on it. It's
In
way out of balance.
in Buford.
You got a bunch of mud dauber nest on it.
Insects.
Got most of them off.
You can.
Oh, watch it. I just felt some of the nest coming off
You
still.
sling a mud dauber down.
Ugh.
I think that fixed it.
Yeah.
You got it true now.
There goes our neighbor. We're about to start doing some shooting. And my super cool little toy, 1022 with Franklin Armory binary trigger, is not cycling 100%. There's a little binding on the bolt, and what I think happened is the recoil spring got a kink in it. I mean, it sort of feels like that. So we're gonna put another magazine or two through it, and then when I get home, I'm gonna strip it down and try to get it going good. Are you gonna shoot?
Yeah.
Cool, let me get my ears on. I can hear you now. What we are shooting today is Real Babes brought her Canic. and I brought the FNX 45. And those are two guns that we use and keep around the house.
Yeah, the Canic is probably my favorite carry piece.
Knock 'em dead, Annie Oakley. I think the bowling pins won that one.
I think so. That one guy just didn't want to go down.
Okay, y'all, I loaded up another 25 rounds in a Ruger BX25. These are the Remington Goldens again. And I'll show you why I think the recoil spring is either too weak or has a kink in it. Right there. Back to the drawing board, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and pack up and head into McClellanville to get something to eat at TW Graham's. Okay, y'all, we are gonna come back later on tonight because I got one of those Ruger BX25 mags loaded up with 25 rounds of 22 long rifle tracers. And no point in shooting them off during daylight. So we will be back at the cabin after we grub down. You still need to grab that bucket of 22s. Check it out, y'all. Here is a little seasonal cypress pond. And there's our shooting bench. And Real Babes and I are thinking about putting up some of our Whirlybird electronic automatic skeet throwers in various positions. Almost like a little DIY redneck sporting clays range or sporting clays course. We're gonna put one there, and I think we're gonna put one here and a couple on down here. I think we're just gonna have a couple of throwers. Well, when I say a couple, right now we're up to 4 in various positions around the pond, broadcasting the clays out into the pond. There is one of the big pecan trees. There's Real Babes. Real Babes is waiting on me. Hi, sexy.
Hey.
Do you want to go to McClellanville? You
down.
sexy roadside person, you. That is the road we are taking to McClellanville. You want to drive so I can talk into the camera like a goofball? Real Babes is driving. And I'm going to tell you all about McClellanville. McClellanville is a tiny coastal fishing village, and they've got a pretty healthy shrimp fleet, and they've got a bunch of seafood houses there. They've got one restaurant, TW Graham's, and today being Thursday, they're open 3.5 hours from 5 to 8:30. So we're going to shoot down there and grab some grub. Now our cabin is right in the middle of Hellhole Swamp. And Hellhole Swamp is in the middle of Francis Marion National Forest. And the reason it's called Hellhole Swamp, because Francis Marion, if y'all ever seen the movie Patriot with Mel Gibson, that's loosely based on Francis Marion, who was also known as the Swamp Fox. And during the Revolutionary War, he would always evade British troops by running into the middle of the swamp. And when the British would write back to their superiors, they would say, hey, he escaped us. He lost us in a hellhole of a swamp. And that's how Hellhole Swamp got its name. This tiny little town that we're going through right now is Honey Hill. That's where I buy my corn. But there's no corn. I gotta find somewhere else to buy corn this year. We're on our way down to McClellanville, and I wanted to show you all this fire tower. Those were put in place by the Forest Service, and they would actually have a ranger stationed up top to look for smoke so they could get a jump ahead whenever there was a forest fire. And this road up here is, we're not going to get out and walk it, but that goes all the way down. That road is actually one of the most well-preserved sections of what they called the King's Highway. Back when we were a colony, before we were even the United States of America, when we were a British colony, that road went from Charleston all the way up to Boston, and they called it the King's Highway. Most of that has been replaced, or not replaced, but Highway 17. And Highway 17 basically parallels most of the King's Highway. Earlier I mentioned we still have 25 rounds of tracers that we're gonna fire, but we're gonna wait for dark. So those of y'all that don't know what a tracer is, a tracer round is where the projectile of the bullet has an incendiary charge chemical, an incendiary mixture, if you will, in the base of it. And the powder will ignite that, and it'll burn either red or green, depending on which kind of tracers you're using. And those were generally used in combat on machine guns, where every 5th or 10th round in the machine gun belt would be a tracer. So at night, during combat, when you're firing a burst, you can see, well, I'm sure y'all have seen war movies, Apocalypse Now, stuff like that. Those little glowing like laser things, those are tracers. And we're gonna shoot some off tonight. Skeeters love sweet-blooded real babes.
They do.
She's still fighting them in the car. And we're like 20 miles from the, or 20 minutes from the swamp already. That stoplight up ahead is Highway 17. And as soon as we cross into that, we are coming into the little town of McClellanville. We've actually gotten enough time to catch dinner, so we're gonna give you all a little nickel tour of McClellanville. This is the thriving downtown district. You can see it is hopping and busy as always. There's McClellanville Realty. There's T.W. Graham's right there. And that is where we are going to be eating tonight. There's the public school. We are going to take y'all down to the shrimp boats real quick. I love McClellanville. This is Jeremy Creek, and this is most of McClellanville's shrimping fleet. Those are all trawlers. You know, like in Bubba Gump, or Forrest Gump, whatever that movie was. And y'all can see in the distance, I'll blow it up, let me step over. There is another fire tower, and that is in McClellanville a little bit further, right at the public boat ramp. Now I'm gonna blow this up so hopefully y'all can see. I say that a lot. Okay, see at the top of the nets on the boom of that shrimp trawler, the thing that is made out of metal, that is what's called a turtle excluder. And what it does is it allows shrimp to pass through the grates, but when a sea turtle hits it, it goes straight up the grates and out of the net so they don't drown and kill the sea turtles. All shrimp trawlers are required by law to have turtle excluders on them now. Just about anything we eat tonight will have come off one of those boats.
That truck.
I know. And that is the McClellanville Fire Watch Tower. This is the Seamen's Memorial, and it is dedicated to watermen and fishermen that have lost their lives at sea. We're gonna take y'all on out to look at Jeremy Creek some. The tide's down quite a bit right now, And then we're gonna go grub. It is all pluff mud. Some oysters in it. All those bumpy things, those are oysters. And the mud beneath it is pluff mud.
So the last time we were out here, they were working on a restoration project trying to bring the oyster beds back. So what they did is they would get big, like net bag bushels of oyster shells and plant them essentially in the pluff mud along the banks here. And if you look closely, you can see where the mesh net is breaking down and these new beds are coming up.
Oh yeah, there's some net there too.
Yep, right here.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I just realized Laura's wearing oyster flage camo today. Those are all oyster shells, y'all.
Yeah, how appropriate.
And we are on one of the little public municipal fishing piers, or dock. It doesn't really go out all that far. There's the parking lot. Nope. There's one of those little houseboats.
I know, I was just looking at that. That's a newer one.
And y'all can see, heading up Jeremy Creek, you got some of the sport fishers there, and those are the charter guides mostly. Back there's one of the tour boats, and then shrimp trawlers, and then it goes all the way back to Carolina Seafood, and that's nothing but shrimp trawlers and commercial fishing boats.
And you can see that right there, that bed is a result.
Oh yeah, I can see the square shape.
Yeah, those are planted there.
And this grass, this marsh grass, is actually called Spartina. It's Spartina grass. Bronze boots. Waterman boots. Oh yeah, there's some there too. Got them hippers over here. Back to Vanny Hagar. And now time to go grab some grubbage. You hungry, baby?
Oh yeah.
Good, I'm hungry. I'm not starving, but I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah.
You want to sit in the rocking chairs and pretend we're old people?
Don't we have these in front of our house?
Yeah, here.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Thank you. Grab them.
Yeah,
Get those crab balls.
I love crab.
I wanted to step out before it got too dark, y'all, and show you a little bit more of McClellanville. There ain't a whole lot to McClellanville. This is pretty much it. Ooh, crawfish.
So it's crab balls.
Oh, crab balls. How are you, crab balls?
Very crabby. Very good, very fresh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that dinner looks banging.
Wow. Yes.
Real Babes crushed her salad.
It did. It was so good. Even the tomatoes, which I'm really picky about.
Those look like scrumptious tomatoes.
They really are. I bet you they're from John's Island.
I bet you they are.
Cheesecake, but it's just whipped. It's like a light.
So I don't know if I should do a coconut custard or a cheesecake.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do a slice of the key lime.
I love the coconut.
The coconut. All right, I'm gonna do the coconut.
Rod, gun, gig, and shrimp. Laura loves these, the grapefruit ones.
Tastes like Tang. Or Ting. That's what it is. Not Tang.
I was like, you don't drink Tang.
No.
They do, they taste just like the Tang.
The Down Island Ting.
Tang is a really, really popular soft drink down island in the West Indies, Bahamas, and Caribbean. It's grapefruit flavored and We love this stuff. Like, you can't really find it here in the States.
That's fair.
Right.
You don't need anything else?
I'm definitely gonna need a box to take part of this home with me.
What do you think of the coconut pie?
I think it's so good. Tastes like the islands.
Look at all that chunky coconut. How long has T.W. Barron's been here?
Since the 1800s at some point. Well over 100 years.
1894. Ready to head home?
I am. After all that food, I'm sleepy.
Head home, get some prep work done. Say goodbye to my girlfriend up there. I'm hoping we see a snake on the way home. Of course, Real Babes is not. What up? We are back at the cabin, and I'm gonna cycle 25 rounds of those tracers out of that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn downrange lights off. Okay, hopefully y'all can see them. Yeah. That's it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and roll. I'll go ahead and work on this a little bit more once I get home, and I'll bring it back out once it's cycling better for y'all. Real Babes and I decided to take this rock road home, which is about 8-9 miles, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And hopefully we see some critters for y'all. They've been doing a lot of logging out here, y'all. Switched up lights. Y'all really can't see it too well. I'll come back during the day for y'all. Still no critters. Apparently we have to turn around, y'all, because that is a tree across the damn road. That was a big canebrake rattlesnake, also known as timber rattlesnakes, and he is smashed and somebody's already taken his rattles. Booger Butt is looking, well, what is his name?
I just call her Boogie.
Boogie? It's a female? You got that? Yeah?
Yeah.
She is looking so healthy. My goodness, last time she was skinny, and she's got all kinds of fur now.
Say, yeah, I'm getting bigger.
How are you? You don't like that light, do you? It's sort of curious. That's the end of today, y'all. Real Babes and I made it home. We've got a bunch of packing to do. We're going to an art exhibit tomorrow at a gallery downtown, and we've got to start getting ready for gator season because it is opening just 1 week from today. We're also heading down island for a big hunting and fishing trip, and we've got to start packing and getting ready for that and working out logistics. So hope you all enjoyed today. We're going to put another video out for you tomorrow, and we got some more exciting stuff coming. Love y'all, and we will talk to you soon.